And that was Living Loose by George Clanton off his 2018 album Slide that was released via his independent record label 100% Electronica. I was just a lot of electronic music recently. I don't know, maybe it's just because start of semester, like something a little jumpy here and there. That's probably a reason why. Good afternoon, listeners of Coffee Noise. I'm your host, DJ Marlin, and if you can't believe it, it's Wednesday once again. How are we doing out there, listeners? This is the first show of the semester. Also, the first show of me because I am doing masters. I am in grad school, folks. So that's kind of cool or something. I don't know. Some people like grad school. I'm personally living it. It's like 100 something pages a week to read. It's a lot of reading, actually. So that's been going on for me. So yeah, grad school. I'm doing a master's in political science. I'm taking 3 classes this year, so I should be finished within probably, I don't know, fall 2026. I think that's my end date. Although I'm still thinking if I want to do the comprehensive final or should I do the thesis option. I probably would go with a thesis because I feel that would look better on me because I do want to go in the future back to grad school for a second master's and then I want to go for the full 9 years, going for a doctoral program. I was looking at colleges for like doctoral. I do like what's it called? What's that school called? UNT, University of North Texas, and then I was also looking at UT Austin. UT Austin would be like the dream school. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe because I just like the color orange and I like their mascot, Bevo, whatever its name is. I don't know the Longhorn, so go Longhorns or something like that. I don't really watch college football either, but I guess I could be involved with college life then. I don't really pay attention to college sports. I should though. I should, have a bit more pride in college athleticism. I don't know what I'm really saying. But yeah, grad school. So for all the listeners coming back to school, welcome back to the new semester. Hopefully it's going on great for y'all. We have midterms already in like a few, I don't know, like what, March, April, something like that. I can't remember. But that's always kind of cool. So yeah. Um, and then finals. I have to think about what I'm going to do for finals. I know I have like a final project, 2 final projects. One of my classes, there's no assignments nor exams. It's just a lot of reading. Professor Barber likes to take a very 19th century approach on teaching. In his class, he's going on writing a book, and then he just takes us along. We read, and we do a lot of discussion. It's kind of like a seminar, I guess you want to put it like that. Well, one of my classes, my class on on like early radical feminism or something like that. That is more of a seminar class. That one's like 3 readings a week. I have to read a lot, which I do like reading. But all in all, Barrows does like 100 something pages a week. Then my feminist class was like 50 something pages to read, and then my last class it's kind of like bits and pieces of a book, 2 books actually. One of the books, thankfully, is on Internet Archive. So for anyone using Internet Archive, shout out to y'all. If you haven't used it, use it. There's a lot of like with the new year coming, with the new just happened. There's a lot of items that went onto public domain, a lot of old school like cartoons from like the 1920s, 1910s that are now public domain and public use. So it's kind of interesting. Also, you find a lot of interesting stuff. I was watching an old cartoon from like the 1920s. It was kind of cool. It was like a Disney ripoff kind of like thing, like Mickey Mouse ripoff. I don't know what it was called. I'll have to look it up later. I'm pretty sure I saved it onto my account, but it's really good actually. It was kind of like a nostalgia thing. Obviously, I wasn't around during 1920 for obvious reasons. I was only born in 2003. Oh wow, I'll be 22 this year. It's kind of cool now thinking about it. Speaking of my birthday, I also have a assignment due on my birthday. A like 1.5 page single space report or like an outline proposal research I want to be doing for my class. I already have a few ideas of what I want to do. That's for my economics class, U.S. economic policy. Really good class. Love my classmates. Love my professors. And really enjoying the grad school life. It's stressful, but it also feels relaxed almost. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, it just feels really relaxed, and I feel I can get really into the motion. Like, okay, this feels normal. I'm not going to stress about anything. I can really get into it, do my work, study. I'm cool. Uh, you know, I know there's a lot to talk about, but let's get back into the music. I was listening to a lot of independent music this year, or during the winter break. A couple of tracks got out to me, so here's two of the tracks I've been listening to. This is Falling in Love to Mean by the independent artist Heather, and then we're going to listen to some French electronic dance music. I don't remember what it's called. That was A New Kind of Love by Fro Fro. That was a really good electronic track. I heard on like some DJ mix off NTS Radio. I forgot who it was, but I remember the cover they used. It was from that I think Japanese show Poi Poi Molcar. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. You should definitely watch it. It's like hamsters or like cars. It's like the greatest thing ever. I don't know what it is, but I love it, and it's so cute and adorable. It's kind of cool. I like it. But yeah, I heard that song. I was like, ooh, I like that. It has a nice, very bumpy tune to it. Anyways, listeners, let's talk about something that's been on my mind recently that's been pissing me off. The Chiefs sadly won on Sunday. I was pissed off. I was watching the game at work. We had all the TVs at work on that game. I wanted Buffalo to win. I have nothing against Kelsey. I don't really care about the Kelsey, Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift. I just don't like Patrick Mahomes. I really don't like Patrick. I don't want them to win. I want Philly to win the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna look. Hear me out. If the Chiefs win, I'm gonna be pissed off. It's gonna be if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl is rigged. If they win, that'll be their third win in a row. All right, the Super Bowl is rigged. All I'm saying. Also, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna be honest. The game was rigged against the Bills on Sunday, and then obviously you had the Commanders in Philly. I was actually kind of somewhat rooting for the Commanders, but I do like Philly. I think they have a good team, and Saquon Barkley, he has done miracles. So yeah, my team obviously is horrible. I'm a fan of the New York Giants, so if you can make fun of me. I know my team sucked. Look, one thing about the Giants, how do we go from like going against Brady twice, like being the top of the game, like 2012, to having Daniel Jones? Like I don't know what we did. And then obviously Daniel Jones left, and all the all the memes that came out. I was like, oh, Daniel Jones, you're such an innocent soul, which he is. Daniel Jones is a good kid, but yeah, the Giants just sucked this semester, and I think it was like Stephen A. Smith. He's like, the New York Giants are just awful. Which he's not wrong. Do you know how much smack I've been talked to at work because I like the Giants? A lot. One of my coworkers, he's a diehard Cowboys fan too, and like most of them actually are. So they were making a lot of fun of me, which granted, my team sucks, so I'm not gonna go against that. But I'm watching Super Bowl. Obviously, the big news is Super Bowl. A lot of people are gonna watch the halftime show. You have Kendrick Lamar and SZA, which I am definitely gonna be watching. Enjoy watching that at work. Now I'm thinking, who is gonna win the Super Bowl? I want to say Philly. I really do want to say Philadelphia, and I want them to win. I want them to humiliate the Chiefs. Actually, I just hate Patrick Mahomes. I need him to be humiliated. I need Patrick Mahomes to be humiliated so everyone can like point at him and laugh at him. Am I just being a hater? Probably so, actually. Probably so. But yeah, I just want Philadelphia to win. Well, that got me worked up, actually. That was not supposed to happen. Anyway, let's get into the next track right now. I thought I'd do something, a little throwback, 1989, with the band Fine Young Cannibals. This is the track, I'm Not the Man I Used to Be. I like the track. I think I listened to some DJ mix on Instagram. What's they called? Crisis Actor. Really good DJ mix. I love his stuff, and I was thinking about picking up a hoodie of his. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into the track. This is Fine Young Cannibals. Alright, listen, we back. It is 1:31. Well, obviously, as custom, as I always do on Instagram, every other year I always do my top and worst album of the year. My top 4 albums of last year, my main top album was actually an ambient album that goes to, I just had my list right here, where is it? It was Sarah Davachi's with her album The Head Formed in the Criers Choir. Really good, like dark ambient chamber music. I loved her album from 2022, Two Sisters. That was probably second on. And then my top 4 contenders, we had the 4 runner-ups. We had All Life Long by Callie Malone. I love her classical chamber music. Really love that. Vita Blue by Mama Lake. If you're into like almost experimental hardcore music, I guess I should say. Like doom gaze, if you want to say that. Smile by Porter Robson. I just really liked his music. And then cutouts by The Smile. I like Radiohead, call male manipulator music, whatever, but it's true. Uh, and then also we had a lot of top albums. We had Beth Gibbons' album, the Gordy Grep album, New Sound. Let's see, Ogbert the Nerd. If you're into like emo music, really good. Obviously, top album, which I wasn't angry. A lot of people put in their top list. Brat by Charlie XCX. Really did like it. Didn't really make my top cuts. Let's see what we had. What's that album called? I have it. I have two T-shirts. What's it called? I can't remember. I'll try to remember. Julie Crew. No, let's see. Mount Eerie with his album Night Palace. I was actually kind of surprised he actually released it. And I listened to it in full. I was like, oh my god, I love this album. If you're into like Mount Eerie and the Microphones, obviously like late '90s, early 2000s independent folk music. Really love that. Tyler the Creator album, Chromacopia. A lot of people like that. I did too. Chat Pile with their album Cool World. Really love that album name, and oh wow, I really love their debut album God's Country. I think it was 2021 or something like that. Really good if you're into like that depressive, almost like midwestern rock music. I don't know what it's called. Let's see, JPEG Mafia's album. Obviously, I love JPEG Mafia, so that's gonna no contender. Shoo Shoo. We also had Father John Misty, the Kendrick Lamar album. That was obviously a great one. West Side Gun with his album with DJ Drama. I just love his music. I think he's gonna come out with a like hardcore music via his Griselda record, so I'm definitely be looking forward to that. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds with their album Wild God. I just like Nick Cave. That's it. I just really like his music. And obviously you had Mac Homney with Rich Haitian, No Hands, some jazz music, Nails, their album Old Bridge Burning. Really love that. A lot of great albums I listened to last year that they just can't put out. Let's see, Britpop by what's his name? A.G. Cook. There we go. And then obviously a good album I was listening to a lot recently. Cameron Winters with his album. What's it called? Heavy Metal? Yeah, Heavy Metal. Yeah, that's what it's called. I love his music with the American band Geese. I was like, yeah, I just had to listen to it. Speaking with for my favorite album of the year for Sarah Devachi, I decided to play one of her tracks. It's a 9.5 minute long, like dark ambient, like chamber music. I guess you want to say that. I've been getting to chamber music a lot. We need a chamber music festival. That's what we need. I need like people in the club dancing to chamber music. Let's get into it. Actually, this is Sarah Devachi. And that was the Crier's Choir by Sarah Devachi. 9.5 minute long ambient track. It's one of those tracks that you have to listen with your eyes closed. It's kind of one thing with chamber music, but like all I'm saying, we wish I proposed there be a chamber music festival. I need everyone in the audience dancing to chamber music. Like Sarah Devachi, Callum Malone, also like early like Mesopotamian type music, like the early music. I need the entire club bumping to that kind of music. Actually, that'd be kind of a weird thing. That'd be kind of weird. That'd be an interesting art project, though. Trying to play chamber music in public, see how people's reaction to. I would do that, like some Steve Roach kind of stuff, like his exhibition from things like the 70s or 80s, Forms of Paper. Wait, was it Steve Roach? I think it was Steve Roach, but basically like he played it was an exhibition, it was at a library, where he was just flipping through pages of a book. So I feel like that would be kind of interesting to do. Or maybe I'm just like speaking random nonsense. Probably the second half actually. Probably am speaking random nonsense. So yeah, that was my favorite album of last year. The entire album, I think it's like an hour and a half. It's a long album. Actually, let me check right now. Actually, I have it loaded up right here. Let me see. But yeah, she's a Canadian artist, and it's not an easy type of music to get into, but I feel like once you get into it, it's like, oh my goodness, it's so like you have to really put yourself in a certain mind. You have to close your eyes almost. That's how I kind of imagine listening to it. That'll be actually kind of cool, listening to that kind of music in a sensory deprivation tank. That would be interesting. I would actually want to do that in the future if I get the chance of doing that. Now thinking about it, actually, I went to my girlfriend's house, and her sister says I have very weird taste in music, which she's not wrong. I mean, my girlfriend has like she listens to all like K-pop music and stuff like that, and like she liked early 2000s pop music as her mom's. But while I listen to like some hardcore slam metal, I was listening to a lot of Frog Mallets over the weekend when I was cleaning up at work. Even a lot of like Torture. Their album, what's it called? I forgot. It just came out like 2023 or yeah, 2023. I forgot, but it's part of a four-part album run, which he already concluded, but he's gonna like continue on. It's like a one-man project band, which is pretty good, pretty interesting actually. It'll be pretty, I mean, it's a nice album. Maybe I'm just nerding out a lot, maybe. Anyways, during the break, there was the passing of well-known American director David Lynch. He died on the 15th of January. I'm a very big David Lynch fan. I love his movies. I mean, I remember watching Eraserhead in high school when I was sick and I was on medication. That was a nightmare and a trip, but it was a very memorable nightmare and a trip. And obviously, when I got older in college or my first year of college, I watched all Twin Peaks. So the first, second, and third season all in like, I think it was like 2 months. I lost a lot of sleep because I was barely sleeping that time because I had a night job, but it was very memorable. And I just got into David Lynch. So I decided to finish off this week's episodes with two David Lynch related songs. The track we first playing is Falling by Julie Cruz. Obviously, if you watch Twin Peaks, you probably know it. And then the last track would be David Lynch's own discography. So let's just get to the track, shall we? Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wrong one, actually. I'm not that good at remembering. Maybe I should actually focus on listening to more chamber music. Or maybe just nerding about like Twin Peaks. If you haven't seen that, you should. It's very highly recommended. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Alright, listeners, that final track was Cold Wind Blowing by David Lynch. So I had to finish off because I love Lynchian films, and yeah, rest in peace to a goat. Let's see, final thoughts of the week. Let's see. Well, it's already started New Year, so remember, listeners, to do your taxes. You can now start doing them through the IRS, so that's always good. I think direct file, something like that, so I'm definitely going to try checking it out because I hate using TurboTax. I've been using it for like 4 years, and I hate it every single time I use it, so hopefully the IRS works out better for me. As always, this week's playlist will be available on both Apple Music and Spotify. You can find them by following me on Instagram at Watford2003. Like I said, I picked the name Watford because I used some Wikipedia random generator in some town. There's a football club. I don't know. I just like the name Watford, so that's what's Watford 2003. And let's see, final thoughts of the day before I let you all go. Go Philadelphia. Anyways, this is your host, DJ Marlin. I'll be back next week. Remember, you're tuned into Vaquero Radio, the Valley's only student station. All right. Bye-bye.